Okay guys, today I'm going to talk about a neighborhood that we don't talk about a lot on this channel, and it's a bit of a hidden gem, especially if you're not from San Diego. So you probably have all heard of like Rancho Peñasquitos, Rancho Bernardo, even Poway, but today we're going to check out a little smaller neighborhood called Sabre Springs. It's going to start right now. Sabre Springs is one of those San Diego neighborhoods that flies a little bit under the radar, but if you know, you know. It's tucked right between Poway and Rancho Peñasquitos, just east of the 15 freeway, super convenient for commuters heading north or south. Plus, you get easy access to Carmel Mountain Ranch for shopping and dining options. It's a small, more residential neighborhood with a mix of single-family homes, townhomes, and some apartments, all surrounded by rolling hills and parks. And if schools are on your radar, Sabre Springs is part of the highly rated Poway Unified School District. So if you're looking for a quiet, family-friendly spot with great schools and quick access to freeways, Sabre Springs is definitely one you need to check out. Okay, so now I'm at Sabre Springs Park. This is directly across the street from the market of Sabre Springs Marketplace. So you can walk here if you live next door in the apartments or condos over here, as well as the shopping center here. And then you got the park. So it's got baseball fields, it's got playgrounds. You can do picnics here, a big sand box kind of area right here. So it's a really cool place to check out with the kids, let them run around. Again, they have the baseball field and then this big open field here where you'll see people playing football or soccer. A lot of little leagues will play over here as well for practices and that sort of thing. So super centrally located. Another big reason why people like Sabre Springs is because of the location. Poway's to the east, you got Rancho Peñasquitos to the west, Scripps Ranch to the south, and then you have like Carmel Mountain Ranch to the north. So it's right smack in the middle of all those towns that have lots of shopping and restaurants, that sort of thing. But I will tell you that if you're looking for nightlife, then Sabre Springs, definitely not the place for you. Super quiet. Like I said, they only really have 2 strip mall shopping centers, and they just have a few food places and coffee shop options. Although they do have an excellent coffee shop that we're gonna go check out next. Did you know that Sabre Springs has a connection to one of the San Diego's most legendary athletes? This quiet neighborhood off the 15 freeway might seem just like another suburban spot, but its history goes way back. The land was originally used for ranching before it was being developed in the late 20th century, but one of the biggest names tied to Sabre Springs, Florence Chadwick, the first woman to swim the English Channel both ways. She grew up in San Diego, and for a while there was even a restaurant named after her called the Florence. We actually featured it on the channel a while back, but unfortunately it recently closed down. Also, I wanted to point out one more thing. There's a good hiking trail over here called the Van Damme Trail Hike, which is, I think, named after Jean-Claude Van Damme, of course. That's not true. But it is a good hike if you're looking for a little exercise here in Sabre Springs. Okay, so why would people want to live in Sabre Springs, like say versus Poway or Rancho Peñasquitos or Scripps Ranch? Well, number one is it is a little bit more affordable here. So the median home price for single family homes is right around $1.4 million. In any of the surrounding neighborhoods, you're probably going to be 1.5, 1.6 starting price. Poway, maybe you can find smaller single-story homes for the lower 1 millions. But if you want a 2-story home that was relatively newer, built in the 80s or 90s, then Sabre Springs is a good place to check out. And as far as condos and townhomes here, like I think I mentioned earlier, they're starting around the $600,000 to $700,000 price point. You'll have your own 2-car garage or solo garage, depending on how big the unit is. A lot of these ones will have community pools in it, which is pretty cool. And they'll have lower HOAs and, for the most part, no Melrose or very low Melrose compared to some of the surrounding neighborhoods like Del Sur or Forest Ranch, where the HOA fees and the Melrose are much higher. So that's a big reason. Oh, and the access to the freeway. So you're literally probably a 2-minute drive to the freeway. You're not going to hear the freeway from most of the places here. I can actually see it in the distance, but it's a little ways out. So if you want, you know, if you work downtown or a little farther away but want to be in the Poway Unified School District, this is a really good place to check out. Having easy access to the freeway can make you get around town a lot quicker. So as I mentioned before, Sabre Springs doesn't have a ton of dining or shopping options, but the good news, you're super close to places that do. Just north of here, you've got the Carmel Mountain Shopping Center, which pretty much has everything you could possibly need. Ralph's, Trader Joe's, and most importantly, my personal favorite, Costco. You also have a ton of fast casual restaurants like In-N-Out Burger. You also have a Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and my go-to movie theater, the Angelika. So while Sabre Springs itself is more residential, you're just minutes away from all the conveniences you could ask for. So another big reason why people move to Sabre Springs is the schools, of course. So this is in the Poway Unified School District, which is the acclaimed Poway Unified School District, as they like to say, is the second largest school district in San Diego, next to San Diego Unified. So it is very highly rated, and this is a big reason why people move to this area. Unfortunately, only the elementary school is probably within like walking distance to a lot of these homes. And some of the, depending on where you are in Sabre Springs, like if you're on the north side of Poway Road, probably not going to be walking. So just keep that in mind. And then the middle school is a little bit farther, Meadowbrook Middle School, and then Mount Carmel High School is even farther, which is over in Rancho Peñasquitos. Only like a 8 to 10 minute drive probably from here, but just keep that in mind if you're looking to move to Sabre Springs with kids. So as I mentioned before, I think Sabre Springs is a bit of an underrated neighborhood. They have really nicely maintained neighborhoods. They do have HOAs in most of them, but it does keep up the neighborhood. As you can see behind me, just walking through the neighborhood just down the street from the park. It's just a good looking neighborhood. You can always tell as soon as you walk into a neighborhood if it's well maintained, and this is definitely one of those. Most of these houses were built in the 80s and 90s. They range probably from about 2,000 square feet up to about 3,000 square feet. I don't think there's too many homes that are bigger than that for the most part. But they have 3-car garages. Most of them are 2-story. I don't think I've seen any single-story homes in Sabre Springs. So if you're looking for a single-story, this neighborhood's probably not going to be for you. But again, super centrally located. You can get around San Diego very easily. I think you can be on the 15 freeway or the 56 freeway probably within 5 minutes or less from most of the neighborhoods here in Sabre Springs. So if you want easy access to San Diego, this is a good neighborhood to check out. So I'm at the only other shopping center in Sabre Springs, which is kind of right on the border of Poway. It's this little strip mall shopping center here. This used to be a 7-Eleven behind here. Now it's a liquor store. And one of the most popular barbershops over here in the area is called Brothers Barbershop right here. So if you have a tween-age kid, they'll probably make you take them there to get a haircut. But this is also where House of Black Coffee is, and this is one of my favorite coffee places along the 56 corridor. So let's go check it out. Good. What about you? What time is open till usually? Okay. So that's a quick look at Sabre Springs. It's a quiet residential spot with easy access to everything you need just a few minutes away. If you're looking for a neighborhood with great schools, convenient freeway access, and that classic suburban feel, this might just be the place for you. And if this is your first time to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel as we post new videos each and every week. And if you're ever looking to buy or sell here in San Diego, I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching. Catch us next time. Bye.